G'day guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Thanks very much for tuning in to Perth West Oz RC. Now, hope you're having a great weekend for starters. And I've got the Alalo buggy here once again, as you can see. Now, this is also known as the XDKJ-001 on Banggood, which is exactly the model number of this Alalo buggy here. Now, I'd made two previous videos on this one. The first one was the initial review video. Now, in my second video, which is the latest video on my channel that I uploaded, I compared this XDKJ-001 head-to-head against the very popular 144001, okay, which is a very similar buggy to this. Now, if you did stick around to the very end of that video, you would have heard me say that what I'm going to do next is open up and inspect the diffs on this particular buggy to see if they use the same practices as WL Toys. Now, as we all know, if you've owned the WL Toys buggies in the past, we do know that they put very limited, basically hardly any grease in their diffs at all. And it's advised that you do open it up before you even get it out of the box and run it for the first time and grease those diffs up, because, yeah, WL Toys, they've just got a history of doing it with their particular RC product. And it doesn't really matter if it's these 114 scale series buggies or their 112 scales, brushless or brushed. I've noticed even their four-wheel drive monster trucks, they just seem to not put much grease at all. Okay, so you have to do it yourself. So that's basically what I'm going to show you in this video. Now, the other night I've already actually opened up this car, had a look at both the diffs, and had a quick look at the spur and pinion, which you'll see in a series of photos. I didn't take any videos because I was actually doing it at night. What's going to come up next is what I found and what I actually had to do, and it'll just be a series of photos in a slideshow, which I'll put a voiceover to right now, guys. So let's have a look and see exactly the quality control on this particular XDKJ-001 buggy. Okay guys, as you can see, I've taken the plastic gear cover off, and we can see that the spur gear and the pinion, which is a 27 tooth gear, is exactly the same as the WL Toys. Also looks like the motor mount is exactly the same as the WL Toys, except it's in more of like a stainless steel chrome finish. We can see the drive shaft in the center is exactly the same as the WL Toys as well. Here I've taken the rear diff out, and you can see there's hardly any grease in there at all, guys, in the actual diff housing. There's nothing touching the actual small gear there to drive the actual crown wheel on the diff. Here's a photo of the crown gear itself, same as the WL Toys E-Sheen models. Here's the other side of the crown gear in the rear diff, and as you can see, they've just put very minimal grease there. Nothing is actually touching the cogs of the gear itself, which I was pretty disappointed in seeing. And inside the diff here, the rear diff, there's just a bit of a dollop in the center crossbar of the spider gears there, but there's hardly anything touching the spider gears itself. So just like the WL Toys, guys, XDKJ don't really put any in there as well, which was rather disappointing to see. And there's the inside of the crown gear itself, which is bone dry as well. So this next photo here, you see that I packed it with my own grease. I use high temp Castrol bearing grease in all my RCs. So I've packed it up there, and it's much better, as you can see. I've also put a very generous amount on the crown gear itself before I reinstalled it in the rear of the buggy. I thought I'd take a quick photo here while I had the dog bones out. As you can see, they're exactly the same as the WL Toys E-Sheen models as well. Alright, working on the front here, I just moved the steering linkage there so I could get to those two screws to get the to remove the front diff assembly. And the same thing goes on the front there, guys. As you can see, it's pretty much dry in there. Just a little dollop of grease, which is, yeah, I was pretty disappointed to see that. Here's the front diff, and it was actually worse than the rear. As you can see, there's not even a dollop of grease in the actual crossbars there. This front diff was bone dry. And just another photo of me packing the front differential with grease here. So yeah, guys, yeah, it was pretty disappointing to see that XDKJ basically has the same quality control as WL Toys. So there you have it, guys. Make sure you do grease the diffs on this particular buggy. Alright guys, well thanks for sticking around to have a look at the slideshow and watch this video. I know it's a pretty short video anyway. So as you can see, the manufacturer, whoever makes this particular XDKJ-001 or the 002 that you see listed on Banggood, and also who makes this particular buggy for Amazon for the Alalo vendor, you know, they've got pretty much the same QC as we see from WL Toys, with basically a lack of grease. They just put a very minimal amount there just to maybe cover their backs. I'm not too sure, but anyway, I did contact Alalo, who provided me this particular buggy, the Amazon vendor. They did email me initially after I sent them my review link. So basically they just said thanks for the review, they received it, and they were just asking me if I had any concerns or any problems with this particular buggy. Now in my reply to their email there, when they asked if I had any issues with the buggy at all when I tested it, I was brutally honest. I said, you know, I did not have any problems with it, which was the truth. I didn't have any problems with this particular buggy when I was running it both times in both videos. So basically I told them at Alalo that I did open up and inspect the diffs, and I found a lack of grease, and I'd like to see them improve on that and make sure they do have adequate grease. Okay, so I told them a bit better quality control would go a long way with your customers, and yeah, hopefully they take that advice on board. I did mention WL Toys has been doing this lack of grease in their product as well, and you know, a lot of people aren't that happy that they have to pull apart their RC cars and do it themselves. So unfortunately guys, my findings were that this XDKJ is basically the same as the WL Toys. You're going to have to open them up. I suggest you do open them up, even though there was no damage to this one. Run it a couple of times in both those videos. I suggest if you do buy any of these buggies, whether it be this Alalo one from Amazon or the XDKJ-001 or 002 from Banggood. So yeah, just treat it like you've bought a WL Toys product at the moment, guys, and you know, before you even run it out of the box, just open those diffs up like I have here in this video and add your own. Okay, so anyway, I hope they take that on board. They did say thanks for letting them know, so hopefully you won't have to do that in the future. Like I said, I think it's not Alalo in particular that makes these buggies. You know, these companies, they outsource to manufacturers basically. So you know, whoever's making the XDKJ series, just like this one, even the ones on Banggood, they'll all be made in the same factory, guys. This is just rebranded. They print out a different body, package it a little bit differently, and just send them to different companies to market and off-sell online. So anyway, just like WL Toys does with the eSheen, they did make the eSheen model, so it's the same sort of thing. Alright guys, so anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this quick video, and I'll catch you on the next one, guys. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on any RC content like this. Till next time, guys, have a great one. I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, happy RCing.